more inside details, in fact, of the interrogation, round 3 of the interrogation of Rhea Chakraborty. She has been confronted with the claims that she made earlier, and we're being told that Rhea has cracked during the interrogation, and the admission is coming in of consumption of drugs.
This is what we were talking about, Swati, earlier when she was asked to explain those chats which explicitly mention drugs and their procurement, especially with Gaurav Arya, the Goa hotelier who's also under the scanner, and speaking to the ED. She seemingly has cracked and has confessed that she did in fact partake in the consumption of drugs. This is yet again another U-turn, Swati, from her earlier position.
In fact, this chat with Gaurav Arya is very important because remember, Rhea Chakraborty said that she used to take drugs with Sushant Singh Rajput. Now, the agencies want to know whether she did drugs before meeting SSR, because those chats with Gaurav Arya are from 2017.
Yes, 3 years ago almost, and Gaurav Arya, of course, has denied any role in procurement and supply of drugs. But Rhea Chakraborty's story keeps changing, and that's the big chink in her armor. If you look at it objectively, she first said she had no knowledge of procurement, then said she never consumed drugs, now says she did consume drugs, with the caveat that only at the behest of Sushant. Mohit Sharma joins us from the NCB office in Mumbai. Mohit, this continuous U-turns, these continuous U-turns that Rhea is taking, clearly damaging her own version in her own case.
Well, absolutely, Athar. You know, we have brought out the inside details of the interrogation, the quizzing that has been continuously on for the past 3 days, including today. Now, what has happened over the past, around 17 hours or so is that on day one, she was asked about the various cigarettes which were brought to her, whether or not, these were the same marijuana cigarettes or not, and whether she herself was consuming as well. Yesterday, she was confronted, opposite Showik Chakraborty, her own brother, in which she broke down and she actually confessed that she was taking drugs, but it was at the behest of Sushant Singh Rajput. She also went on to say that it was Sushant Singh Rajput who actually made her take these drugs. Then again, she also confessed to the fact that all three of them, that is Sushant Singh Rajput, then Showik Chakraborty and herself, were taking drugs on many occasions. They took drugs collectively at a single place. Further, she has gone on to say that it was Showik Chakraborty who was procuring drugs for Sushant Singh Rajput because Sushant could not procure them himself during the entire lockdown period. Today, the investigators are trying to question her on the similar lines, on the lines of the statements which have been issued. They are very clear. They want to further try and understand whether or not she was using before she met Sushant Singh Rajput. She had, yesterday confessed that she was not, and it was only after she met Sushant that she used to take drugs. Now, once again, they want to interrogate her based on the WhatsApp chats with Gaurav Arya, in which she is seen speaking to Gaurav Arya specifically about certain drugs. So obviously, the evidence and the statements which the NCB officers already have are very crucial. They are continuously investigating her. They're trying to figure out what time period is it when she started actually using drugs, whether or not she is telling the truth about Sushant Singh Rajput as well. So all of these things are really the focal point of today's interrogation. It's been almost three and a half hours since the interrogation began at 10:30, and since then these are the questions with which she really has been quizzed with.
All right, stay on, Mohit. Let's just take our viewers through the very obvious U-turns, Swati, that Rhea, of course, has made. Revelation 1, this is according to sources within the NCB, and this is also according, as our sources indicate, what the dossier comprises of. Rhea and her brother Showik have named certain individuals connected to Bollywood A, B and C listers. That, of course, is also under the scanner right now. The second revelation during her interrogation, remember today is day 3, electronic devices, phone data has established that there is certainly a link of some sort between certain celebrities in Bollywood and this alleged drug cartel that is in Mumbai. Third revelation, 25 Bollywood celebrities, like we mentioned right now, are on the NCB scanner, on the SIT list. They will be summoned in the next 10 days, and that summons, of course, will go to all of these individuals who Rhea and Showik, by the way, have named. The fourth revelation, drugs consumed on SSR movie set. This is what Rhea has told the interviewers. Her interrogators, co-stars will also be summoned. This is a particular movie which Sushant Singh Rajput was the lead in, and Rhea Rhea says and claims there were drugs on the set of that movie. The fifth revelation, and this is very important, on the drug cartel Bollywood connection. Bollywood parties where drugs were consumed are also on the NCB radar. All of this, Swati, is going to be interrogated. Summons will be issued in the next 10 days, and this particular link, which was tenuous, some would say till about 5-6 days ago, continuing to unravel.